Okay, so now that you have glued up your practice one and then your final piece, your final frame, which is going to have and should include the finished material. So when you picked up your materials, you picked up pieces that look like this and then a piece that has a really nice finish. So this was your first one, then your second one should have been using this material. Once you've glued up both of these, what we need to start doing is figuring out the size here, which we should have had a 4x6 and an 8x10, but sometimes it doesn't come out that way. So what we want to do is grab a piece of paper, or preferably a thin piece of cardboard. If you can't find cardboard, then use your paper. So what you're going to do is we're going to start by measuring the length. And you're going to measure both on the inside of the rabbet and the inside of the rabbet on our length. So mine measures 5 and 15/16 here, and then 5 and 15/16 here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my piece of paper and I'm going to burn an inch, which means I'm going to start at an inch mark. So if I start here at an inch, let me zoom out a little bit. So here's my inch, and I'm going to go to, instead of 5 and 15/16 that I'm starting at an inch, I'm going to go to 6 and 15/16. So here's mine. Then what I'm going to do on that mark is I'm going to fold it. And I'm going to make sure that I line this up so I get a square fold here. Okay. So that's my length. Now I'm going to do my width. Measure here, which is 4. Measure here, which is 4 and 1/16. So you have to go to the smaller number. I'm going to fold this again. Fold this again. And then what I can do is I can see if that fits in here on both sides before I cut it. So it fits there, and it fits here. Okay? So now I'm going to measure my width, which again I'm going to use burn an inch, and we said it was 4. So I'm going to go 1 inch. Maybe if I do it this, you'll be able to see it better. Put an inch right there. Go 1, 2, 3, 4 inches. Put my crow's foot. And now I'm going to fold right there. Make sure it's square. Fold it back on that. Looks like it didn't quite get it. Okay. So now I'm going to cut this. Make sure you cut right on these lines. And then this, whoops, cut the wrong one. It's this one. Now it should fit right in there. So you can see right here it's not fitting. So I either didn't cut on the line, which I didn't. So this is where we're testing to see, because we're going to cut a piece of plexiglass to go in your piece. So this is a little bit tight. So I want to trim this down just a little bit. Now if you're doing glass, you're not able to trim this much glass. It's really hard to just come in and take a little bit off of glass. So you have to do it really carefully, and that's why I want you guys to do a piece of paper to make sure it fits. So what I'm finding is that this is not square. So what I actually need to do is, as I lay this in there, I'm going to need to cut some off of here, right here. Right there. So I'm going to get a straight line. If you have a knife that you have at your house, you could cut it with a knife as well. But right there, I need to take off just a little bit. So I make a straight line. And now let's see if that fits. Should just fall right down in there. See, it's still not falling. Now it's catching on this corner. But let's see if we flip it over. There we go. So now that falls right down in there. So you can see that this is not a perfect 90 degree, 90 degree, 90 degree, 90 degree, which is you're going to see as you start cutting this. So cut a piece of cardboard for both of yours. And then what I actually want you to do is put your finished product in there, whether it's a certificate, photo, metal, whatever you're going to put in there. And then you're going to take a picture and you're going to add it to the picture frame assignment that is on Neo for today. With a piece of paper, your finished frame, and a picture or whatever you're going to put in each frame, and put those on the assignment. If you have any questions, please let me know.